Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Raelo 29. I'm kind of new to this YouTube thing. I've actually been doing it for about a year now. Um, I started in Black Ops and did about, I don't know, 20 videos in Black Ops. I really started with the commentary, and I stopped after, shoot, I don't know, probably, I stopped probably around January, right after Black Ops came out, and let it go for a very long time. I think it was like 20 subscribers or something. That's about what I have now. And I don't really need more. I do this whole thing as just a entertainment thing. I have a lot of free time on my hands. And this video is just gonna talk about kind of who I am, who I want to be, and it's kind of like a New Year's kind of deal. And that kind of has to tie into who I want to be. I don't really believe in resolutions, so I'm not gonna go into that. Just because I think if you want to make a resolution, you should just do it. You don't have to wait for the next year to come out. There's no significance in it. I understand that some people kind of need that motivation. They need a landmark or something to kind of get them going. And it's a good strategy because, you really got to set goals for yourself, but you got to set goals that you can achieve because otherwise you're just going to get lazy and you're going to just think of yourself as a failure constantly. And it's what drives people to be mediocre, subpar, or just average. I've always thought of myself as above average, and that's just kind of how I think. I'm very, very, very cocky, and that kind of has to go into my New Year's resolution. But I'm just gonna talk about myself a little bit first, so you kind of know who you're getting into. I don't really expect very many people to be watching this or listening to it. I watch commentaries for the commentary. I don't really care about the game footage. So right now, I don't own Modern Warfare 3. I watch Modern Warfare 3 videos on a daily basis just because I like uh, the voice just coming out of my speakers, and it's kind of like podcasts and things like that. I like listening to podcasts, especially ones about politics. I'm very into government. But back to my bio here. Okay. So my name is Riley. For those of you that want to get to know me on a first name basis, a lot of actually people call me Raelo, and I think it just kind of rolls off the tongue like that. It actually spells my last name backwards without a Y, and my last name doesn't have 92 or 29 in the name. So don't get any ideas with that one. Uh, but I'm 17. I will be 18 on January 4th. That is my birthday. And if you can't do the math, I was born in 1994. I'm very excited for my 18th birthday. I'm going to go very crazy. I got a whole list of things to do. I've already registered to vote. So in the next election, I will be able to kind of put up my opinion, and my political efficacy is very high compared to most teenagers. I take AP Government right now. I'm a senior in high school, if I didn't already mention that, in North Seattle. And that's just kind of a white population area. Generally, I would say there's good ethnicities here, especially in Seattle. We got a lot of Asian people, and actually in my house we're a host family for typically a Korean or Japanese person, and it's really fun to have those guys around. Sorry, I kind of backed away from the mic there for a second. But anyway, I'm 17. I've been doing YouTube since last year, January. I didn't really do it that much during the summer. It's definitely something I do just for fun. I do actually make a little bit of money off it, but nothing to count. I don't consider it an income. It's kind of just a nicety to have on the side, a little extra, helping me out. And I actually just recently got a individual video partnership with YouTube, so I haven't really had much time with that. I got that 2 months ago, and that's actually when I started kicking my channel up again. They just asked me to become a partner right out of the blue. I got very excited, and I'm sure many of you have become part of that too, and it's a good feeling to get an email just being like, congratulations, you've been accepted, and you can start monetizing your videos. And, I mean, it's not something people like to talk about on the internet, making money off you guys watching this. and I probably won't talk about it very much just because I don't really like to talk about that kind of thing. But I'm a very competitive person. I play video games to win. I typically do pretty well at them. Uh, I wasn't all that great when I was younger. I had a neighbor right in my backyard. He played a lot of video games. He always had the systems. Always came over, and I just watched. I didn't really play that much. My parents were never big on the video game thing, and they still aren't. They don't really support this whole thing, and so I kind of do it on my own time, and just kind of do it away from them. And that kind of goes into who I am. I'm a very quiet person, at least at my house. I don't talk to my parents very often. Kind of veer away from that whole family aspect that some people might have. And a lot of it has to just do with the way that I'm responded to. I feel like I get ignored a lot, and my input isn't valued. So I kind of export it into other things like sports. I've always been athletic. I played baseball for 10 years, and I played that 11 months out of the year for the last 5 years. I quit just last year just because the pressure was getting too high. I was a very good baseball player. I was ranked 31st in the Northwest out of 250 people that were invited to this whole thing, and that includes Idaho, Washington, and Oregon. So the Northwest is kind of an ambiguous term, but that kind of defines it a little for you. And when I do commentaries like this, I don't have too many. I have probably 10. I have 80 videos or so on YouTube as of right now, and it's January 1st, so Happy New Year, everybody. That's kind of what I'm doing this for. Get a video out for New Year's, and I really just kind of wanted to have something to do on the side. This is a really good way to kind of take out my creative abilities and see what I can mold with my mind. Video games has always been a passion of mine. I really enjoy it. I have a couple friends that we always get together on the weekends and do things like that. We had 4 guys, and we always played Halo on the weekends and just did 2v2 and CTF, stuff like that. And then Call of Duty I started really getting serious about. And it wasn't World at War, it wasn't Call of Duty 4, it wasn't Modern Warfare 2. Where I started getting good in Modern Warfare 2. I had above 1 point KD, which, that's respectable. Anything above 1 I think is respectable. But then in Black Ops, I got so good at it. I had a 1.83 was my top, and I played with my friend who also had a 1.83 as his top KD ratio, and we started winning. We were doing well, and I would get good games every time. And I have a lot of money, not to throw that out there, but as a teenager, I don't spend that much money. I've always been working. I started a job last April, and that's when I quit baseball. So I started doing baseball, or stopped doing baseball and went into a job. And I sell suits right now, so that's always fun. It's a really good social experience. It's really drawn me out of my nest and my social shell. So I've been kind of talking to people. It's really fun to get to know people for like an hour and then just drop it for the rest of your life and not have to remember their name or anything. And you don't even have to ask them their name. You just get to know them on a very unpersonal level, and it's just easy social contact. And I really enjoy working there. I'm gonna leave in February probably, and that's so I can get back into sports. I'm gonna do track. I've always been very, very fast at track, at running. I'm a sprint guy only. I run like a 6'6", 60 meter, and that's kind of for a baseball guy term. I've never really been timed at the 100 meter. I have a probably 11-second 100 meter or something like that. My 200 is around 28. So I think I'm gonna do a 100 meter dash or sprint, and then I might get into the 4x100. I might even do a 200. I really would enjoy doing like a long jump kind of deal, but I think my knees are just a little too torn up. I've dislocated my left knee 4 times. Multiple injuries and stuff like that, but I'm not really going to get into that right now. Let's just save it for another day. But anyway, we'll get into New Year's here. The video's kind of wrapping up. It's just, to me, the video isn't really what it's about. I'll get into strategies and stuff later if this starts to pick up at all. I mean, I kind of just talk about what I feel like talking, what I think would be interesting, what I would like to listen to myself. But for New Year's, just as a goal, and it didn't start just today. So I started this a couple months ago just because it's been brought to my attention that I am very cocky and very condescending, which is a trait that I don't like to carry around on my shoulder. And so I'm trying to veer back on my cockiness and how I talk to people about the knowledge that they have or the lack thereof. Um, but anyway, that's the end of the game. We won. I did okay. It wasn't really that great. I just played it a couple hours ago. Happy New Year's, you guys.